This is the last episode.
Oh, what song is that? I thought you were doing the other really good song that was not a metal song, but then you tricked me.
No, I'm doing the theme song. Reach for the Czars by Nathan Maxx.
I thought you were doing like a metal chord because you changed it a little bit. But I thought you were originally doing like the Trauma Center song that became a meme back in ancient internet days.
Nope. Hey guys, this is the last episode podcast. My name is Lewis. Hold on, guys. Before we introduce our special guest, the other co-host who has been here for more than half of this podcast lifetime, I have to talk about the fact that I am on a group chat and someone said the word Peterson. Let me just read to myself real quick.
What if when he did a speech, he did that and then just walked away?
I'd be
like a 15-minute lecture just does that and walks away. What would you do?
I don't know.
Would you like to applaud because like modern art?
Oh yeah, probably.
He's like, see, that's his like that's like his statement on modern art.
That's his. That's his current thought process of the link between lobsters.
That's what he does when he sees bread. Just screams.
Dang it! They're.
I was getting like a really tasty sandwich.
No, the opposite of that. It's a very bad sandwich.
What would a bad sandwich be to you?
They're criticizing my boy Peterson.
No, I mean real food.
And now I have to
not those words. I mean real brain food, like a banana.
I love banana.
Do you actually?
I enjoy banana.
That makes a lot of sense.
Why?
Racist joke.
Got him. I was hoping you wouldn't go there, not because I'm offended, more just that
because you're a racist. That's your job.
That's my job. Yeah. That's my hat.
Do you actually like bananas though, for real?
Yeah, man.
Like on their own?
Yeah.
I wish I did, man. Because they're a really good filler for making shit that's good for you that's bland, at least taste like something, like oatmeal or shakes or what, like protein shakes or whatever.
Yeah,
but I can't deal with it.
They're super sugary and really good tasting. I don't know.
Well, they're sugary in a way that's like not super garbage for you. Well, they're garbage for you if you're eating like a ketogenic diet. Obviously, that's a different type of thing. But it's like I love raspberries. I found out.
Same.
But raspberries go fucking bad if you blink too long, and I can't. Like, have you ever bought raspberries?
Yeah, you have to eat them all that day. It's like,
but it's bad for you, so you can't do that. So you're like, oh, I'm putting away. That happened to me this week.
Question, and see if you can agree with me on this.
What?
PSA to not PSA. I don't know. Open
PSAT for all you high schoolers out there in California.
Yeah. Open dialogue to our audience.
Open my eagle. He's a good rapper.
Heart.
Owner of a lonely heart.
When you open a box of Cheez-Its and then open the bag, you have.
Like, you're talking about fruit, and I was like, "Oh, this could be interesting if I could learn something from this." No, it's about fucking Cheez-Its.
No, when you
damn it!
When you open a box of Cheez-Its and then open the bag, within 3 days, within 3 days, those Cheez-Its are unedible.
What?
I cannot eat Cheez-Its that are 3 days old.
Are you? I love bananas, but I'm a Cheez-It snob.
No, you.
What is with your taste buds?
You talked about how raspberries go.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Comes from the ground. It comes from Madre Earth.
I can throw Jesus on the ground. I can.
You can throw Jesus on the ground.
I can throw Jesus on the ground.
Do it again. Do it 9 times. Some to the Romans.
Do it again.
For a what is like?
We are the other people.
What's the Roman money like? Drakenmeers? What the fuck? Starts with a D. It's a cool name.
I don't know. Dragons.
Dragon Bearn.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Cheez-Its when you open, I swear. Dude.
You're crazy.
I swear to you.
Okay, do you mean like regular standard Cheez-Its?
Yeah, regular standard Cheez-Its, like a box of
What
Cheez-Its.
about like flavored Cheez-Its?
No,
does the same rule apply?
I don't eat those. Ignore all the other, everything else.
Not even like the white cheddar or
okay, you know what? The white cheddar I like, but I feel like those come... End of sentence.
Finish your sentences better.
No, I like end of sentence there. No, I feel like the white cheddar Cheez-Its arrive to you already stale.
So that's why you like. So you're saying they're shittier by default, so you deal with the shitty quality at first, so it doesn't like bother you. Is that what you're saying?
So here's the thing about the regular Cheez-Its. I swear to God, they taste great, right? I'm a fan of Cheez-Its.
Yeah, Cheez-Its are pretty. I like them. They're good.
I love Cheez-Its.
I ate some before I came here because I was like, I need to eat before my 8 hours are done.
The problem with Cheez-Its is when they're exposed to air within 3
when
days.
they're exposed to nature.
When they're exposed
their true nature comes out.
Yeah. When they're
their true form, they become like a bunch of like. You ever seen the episode of SpongeBob where like they make like the artificial Krabby Patties on like a conveyor belt? Of
course.
It's just gray goo.
Yeah, which is, by the way, what McDonald's burgers look like.
Oh yeah,
but pink.
Well, so, yeah. not as much anymore. They use real meat now.
Now they do, but
the chicken nuggets look like that.
Yeah, the chicken nuggets. Oh, the chicken nuggets look exactly like that.
They look like Soylent Green. Have you ever seen? They look like just fake matter. Made out of people probably, and a horse.
Made out of artificial people.
One single horse.
One horse. It's kind of how like bread, like you
is
can
made
use,
out of horse.
No, you know you can use bread from like the same dough, like old like very professional bread makers will have like a batch of dough that they'll be kneading and stuff, and then they'll add to it, and then take like it'll be always from the same original batch.
I didn't know that, but now I know that. That's cool.
Yeah,
I learned something.
McDonald's does that with their nuggets and their horse. They just add to that original.
It's a single bleeding horse, and they just keep rolling other meat into it to make the other nuggets.
Yeah,
that is a fucked up image.
Yeah, it is.
It's a corpse that's not allowed to die.
Yeah,
they're just rolling nuggets into it.
Just like Rick Toffin in Blood of the Dead. Oh, spoilers!
He's a horse.
Yeah, spoilers.
Damn,
guys.
dude, you can't spoil that shit. He was a furry this whole time. That actually makes a lot of sense.
I bet Rick Toffin probably is a secret furry, or at least one of the versions of Rick Toffin.
Would he be a furry or a zoophiliac?
Does that mean he just like to fuck animals?
Yeah. Would he want to fuck animals? Would he want to like?
Well, we know that the original
kiss Mary Madeline on the lips.
I'm pretty sure the original Ultimate Rick Toffin is gay.
Well, that's heavily like implied, right?
Yeah, it's super heavily implied. It's mostly as jokes, but I'm pretty sure he was. But I don't.
Gay people make jokes.
Yeah.
Why is that so foreign? You're like I don't know, like in jokes.
No, I mean like they never. There's
confirmed. Lewis said gays cannot be funny.
No, women can't be funny. Get it right.
So to you, is Ellen the least funniest person on the planet?
You know what? I love Ellen, dude. Can we talk about Ellen for a second?
Oh, okay, how real are you being, and how assholeish are you being right now?
I'm not being assholeish at all. I love Ellen, dude. I love her like old stand-up. Like,
oh, okay, no, okay.
Isn't she coming out with a new special this year? I'm
wait, is she?
Yeah, she's coming with a new special soon.
Oh shit, I'm actually interested in that.
All right.
She's a cool lady.
So Cheez-Its. When you open Cheez-Its, within like 3 days,
you are insane for this. That is not a thing.
I feel like they become
no human has ever done that for Cheez-Its.
I know I'm not
you
the
are
only
crazy.
One. No,
okay, you know what? We're talking about shitty food that's in the cabinet that you shouldn't be eating anyways, but everyone does. Because we're all young and poor.
Before we finish, before you go on, I need to finish the Cheez-It thing. From now on, I don't eat Cheez-Its. I don't buy the box of Cheez-Its anymore.
You buy the little.
I buy bags.
Yeah, like an adult.
Individual one. Because one, it prevents me from eating the entire box in a day.
Yeah, it's good for serving size. Smart. Being an adult.
And two, they won't go stale that way. It is the superior way to eat Cheez-Its, is the individual little snack bags.
This is all what being an adult is all about.
This is all what being an adult's bag is figuring out portion size.
It's buying the metaphorical, it's trading in the metaphorical big bag of Cheez-Its for the small one.
Yeah.
It's being an adult's all about.
Anyways.
Fucking stale Cheez-Its. You're a mad lad.
This is also why a problem I have a problem with food in the sense that like I always, when I'm out wanting like a fast food burger or something, I always want to get the like biggest burger because it tastes better to me. I'm fucking mad.
Well, no, that's your part of your brain that likes the meat. That's not you being stupid. That's just how your body works.
More meat.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
No, yeah. I don't.
It's your carnivore part coming out.
But Wendy's. I don't know why we're on this, by the way.
Yeah, why are you talking about Wendy's now? We're talking about stale Cheez-Its and shit.
Wendy's does me dirty, dude. So like they make the Baconator almost the same price as a triple burger.
Wait, is that a thing?
But there's much less meat in the Baconator. There's this bacon on it. And so my brain...
the Sun or the regular Baconator?
The regular Baconator.
I can't even eat like the regular one without wanting to fucking throw up.
Oh, no, I love it.
If I ever sin, I'm getting like the Junior.
I love...
Or the Sun or whatever it's called.
Son of Baconator.
And also no mayo because I'm not an animal.
I love mayo, dude. I love mayo on burger.
There's so much fat in that fucking sandwich. I don't need extra fat sauce.
Here's another controversial statement of mine. Because you know me and conversation, how women aren't funny.
Except for Ellen for some reason.
Except for Ellen.
Ellen and your mom.
I like my mom. She's all right.
I hate that you say I like my mom in that tone. It weirds me out every time you do it that way.
I love it. It weirds everyone out for some reason. I don't know.
Psychopath. It's like what fucking Hannibal says. I like my mom.
Yeah.
I just like rubbing his fucking wiener between his thighs.
Yeah, Hitler said that. I like my mom.
He said what I just said.
Yeah, with the wiener thing.
And then he watched Disney cartoons. I was like, oh, Charlie Chaplin.
I like his mustache.
I like it when he fall down on the floor. He's Italian now for some reason too.
He fall down on the floor.
He's like a 1930s racist Italian.
Yeah.
Like a pizza pasta.
Okay, so the Baconator is like is less meat than the Dave's Triple. It's called the Dave's Triple, by the way. Don't know who Dave is.
The owner of the founder of Wendy's.
No, well,
fucking learn the lore. Read the item descriptions that are okay. Wendy's.
Go to the wiki.
Wendy's might be the origin of fast food storytelling in the environment.
I don't want to.
You can read their history on the walls. That's how I know who Dave is. Okay, because cool. Dave is an old man. He's on their wall. And he's like, I'm Wendy, and then he's dressed up as Wendy for some reason.
Got it.
And it makes you very horny.
No, it keeps making me eat more meat at Wendy's, like a bigger portion of food than I know I should, because it's like the same price.
Legitimately, if you're worried about like the calorie consumption with the meat, don't eat it with the bread.
Oh, what? No, I love the bread. I love
substitute it with lettuce, or just don't eat it with bread if you're really concerned about like the numbers. I'm not
like.
Because you're concerned with the amount of red meat that you're eating.
Look, guys, I know it's probably sound like I'm the unhealthiest person ever, but especially because
I have friends who got more unhealthy as I got older, and I'm very concerned.
Me
because college students
especially
really
because I've never worked out a day in my life, and I don't eat.
You can be healthy and not work out. That's totally valid.
And I don't eat well. Like I don't eat anything healthy on purpose. Like besides like maybe Wendy's salads every once in a while because I like their salads. But even
how often do you eat a green thing that is not candy?
It's very rare. I eat a lot of fruit, but that's pretty much it.
That's good. That's fiber. That's good enough.
And like I don't drink soda that often. And when I do, it's usually like Coke Zero or something. Like it's not. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I'm not super healthy, but and it's funny because it's not. The stuff that you could consider almost healthy alternatives that I do consume, it's not because it's a health thing. It's because
you're bounced out of whack.
No, it's because I like the taste of Coke Zero better, or I like iced tea sometimes more than. So
if that was not true, you'd just be guzzling and having even less teeth.
Exactly. So because I am addicted, not because of food.
No, you were running really fast. You wanted a Coke really badly.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the top of the can just took your tooth right out.
But I'm not a fat, unhealthy slob. But even I don't know why. Just a slob, and I don't know why. Like I don't try to be healthy or anything. My metabolism like hasn't yet to do me dirty.
Your metabolism is like having diabetes, just having a stroke. Get rid of your foot on the podcast, like Fat Albert.
Yeah, my metabolism has yet to do me dirty.
Give it like 2 years.
Oh, dude, I'm waiting for the crash.
Your clock has been counting down since high school.
It really has. And you've known me for a while now. So like, I've never...
Because you ate worse back then, but it's not much better now.
It's not much better. Well, it's actually getting worse now because I can drive now.
Oh, right.
And
yeah, that first month you're going to gain like a pound or two. Oh. You're like, oh, I can buy a cheeseburger. Wait, I'm on my own in this car. Dude, I can buy a 2 cheeseburger.
That's already happened. So, and we'll get onto the actual topics of this podcast one day. But this is interesting to me. So So my mom and I share the car because I don't have a car yet, but I have my license now. I just got my license like 2 months ago. I'm 22, whatever. Fuck you.
Nobody asked, nobody accused you, and you said it.
Paul F. Tompkins, the comedian Paul F. Tompkins, didn't get his license till he was like 40.
And look at him now.
He was in Tenacious D. He was the devil, or he was the guy. He was the guy that turned into the devil.
Beelzebub.
He was the host.
Beelzebub is actually not the devil. He's the Lord of the Flies.
Okay.
In SMT, they'd make him as a cool big like.
In Lord of the Flies.
I never read that book.
Neither have I. But don't they all fuck or something? Oh no, that's it. That's an it.
That actually is correct. Also, fuck this burger story. I actually do have a segue for it. Okay. Shockingly enough.
And then we'll move on.
You know the director of It?
Ignore my stuff.
A really big smash hit of a movie that fucking broke records.
I love that movie.
And brought a shitty movie to make it actually kind of watchable.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Because the original It's fucking terrible.
It really is.
The whole thing is garbage.
Yeah.
The first half is kind of like charming and how shitty.
Sorry to my one friend, Megan, who I promise isn't listening to, or I know isn't, I don't know why I say promise, who I know isn't listening to this. She loves everything about It, the original and the new one.
The only good part about the original It is the casting for Pennywise.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is it.
That is it. But even then, I like the new one better.
Yeah, it's just a better way to movie, just factually.
Anyways.
The director of It, I didn't talk about this because I was like, I want to see more details on it. Remember how they made an Attack on Titan live action movie, 2-parter in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood said, I want that.
Mm-hmm.
And they picked up the director of It to direct that movie almost immediately.
I saw.
And I went,
I saw this today.
And then I realized, actually...
Is it animated?
it's gonna be live action. There's no way it's animated. You're insane.
I want it to be animated.
You're insane.
Well, I saw a headline and it was just an animated picture.
Well, that's quiet because there's no pictures of the set that don't exist yet.
Yeah, so that's all I saw. Anyways.
And then I realized actually Attack on Titan's still incredibly popular. So this makes so much sense.
I knew it was. I just
I keep thinking about jumping back in, and then I remember why I stopped, and then I go, no.
Why'd you stop?
Because I don't like the characters.
Fair. All right, let's talk
I like Armin because he like knows what the fuck's going on.
Did he evolve into an actual character?
He becomes cool at the end of season 1. Like he already has like a growth kind of. And I watched some of season 2.
I mean, watching your best friend get eaten.
And he cries,
in like episode 3, yeah, that's gonna.
But I realized, like, actually, I don't care about the characters in that story. I care about why it happened, and that's not enough for me to keep going. But people said it got a lot better.
Yeah,
I've heard the anime like actually makes the writing and pacing actually good.
Yeah, everything I hear about Attack on Titan,
and the budget, like a very big GIF went on Twitter a couple weeks ago of Levi doing some shit.
Yep, I remember
for almost 3 minutes long,
and
my brain hurts. I'm like, that's a TV show.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Everything about every time
I want to look at it. I gotta just put some time down.
Every time someone mentions current Attack on Titan, I keep thinking like, man,
think about it.
Like, yeah, because I have not watched an anime in like.
Because you remember how big that zeitgeist was when it came out.
Yeah, man.
Everyone was watching it.
I watched it. Okay. Here's much of. I watched it when it was. I called it Shingeki no Kyojin naturally.
Oh, you fucker!
No, not.
Did you call them Eotins too?
I did.
Were you really that guy?
But not on.
I can't be your friend anymore.
But here's the thing: I didn't do it to try to be pretentious or anything. I just saw like I watched it.
Yeah, you saw the shitty subs.
I watched
because I know what group that was. Those commie subs.
That's what it was. Like, that's what I watched.
They were the fastest subs because they're also the shittiest subs.
Yeah, I watched it like as soon as it was out, like within like minutes.
I actually wonder if commie subs, the group is still around. I'm curious. I used to follow fan subgroups pretty heavily back in the day. They were the fastest, so everyone called them Eotins.
Yep.
If you're a pleb.
Okay, so let's talk about some actual stuff that we have written down. All right, like the PlayStation Classic and their game list. This fantastic, one-of-a-kind game list that everyone wants all these games.
We joke, but there are legitimately some good ones.
There are apparently some good
ones. I'll read them from top to bottom because I do have a list.
Okay, I just pulled up, but you could
stop me if you recognize any of these. Okay. All right, first, Battle Arena Toshinden, which I thought was a different fighting game. Cool Borders 2, that's a really good choice. Destruction Derby, FF7, GTA 1.
I've heard of
which
FF7.
Many people have not played.
Yeah, myself included.
Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, really good obscure pick. Metal Gear Solid, which obviously they better have gotten that one. Yeah. That game made people buy PS1s. Mm-hmm. Mr. Driller, great pick. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey.
Pause. I want.
That has to have been there. That's a classic.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's the
thing. He's an unofficial mascot.
Weird thing about
for Sony for a long time. Abe wasn't like an unofficial mascot like Crash was.
Quick pause. The Oddworld series is weird to me because I
always has been because the guy who behind it is kind of a weird guy. Well, Lon Lanning. I love interesting guy.
He's
a cool dude.
It's one of those series that like I had is imprinted on my childhood, and like it was at a time when I was obsessed with Linkin Park, Invader Zim, Oddworld. Like those are my.
That says a lot about your life.
Oh, it all
that
makes sense.
So much.
It explains so much. Well, I love Avenged Sevenfold,
and you love capitalism.
I do
because Abe taught you nothing.
He really didn't.
It taught you zero. Seeing his racist eyes stitched closed taught you nothing.
Another tangent, real quick. I've realized this maybe a month ago. The reason why my politics are the way they are is because of Metallica in their lyrics.
Sure, that makes total sense as well.
I didn't realize it until recently. I was like, oh shit. Like
back to Oddworld.
Back to Oddworld. Yeah.
That's also a political series.
There's a weird thing about Oddworld and like the fan base of that game. I feel like no one talks about Oddworld. And no one has talked about Oddworld in the last like 10 years, maybe except for the.
Well, they did when the remaster came out.
Yeah, but even then, they're like, "This is a bad remaster, whatever." And then,
well, it was like it's not a bad game.
No,
it just doesn't capitalize on everything that makes the original so great. But still, I think it's worth looking at.
Yeah,
it's cool. It looks pretty at least.
Even then, for like maybe like 2 or 3 months when that game came out, and then after that, no one talked about it again. And yet, I still look at Oddworld as like, yeah, that's a PlayStation Classic game, but no one talks about it. Like, no one talks about it the same way people talk about Metal Gear or
well, it's because you had to be there at the time, kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
It's weird.
Because remember, Oddworld has how many games in the series that actually came out?
Oh,
like 4.
4, yeah.
And how many years did it take for all those games to come out?
What is it? Exodus, Abe's Odyssey, and then
like a couple years ago, and then I found out
Munch and Wrath.
Lanning actually revealed on a Giant Bomb stream because he was on like their E3 thing last year. Just came, was like, "Yeah, let's talk about whatever," because he was on, and he was like, "Actually, the reason Munch's Odyssey, like, because Giant Bomb has a thing where they get like old game tapes for like, oh, it's like a beta of a game, like a weird commercial.
Oh, cool.
And they found like old footage of like Munch's Odyssey. And it was like, actually the footage that you saw, I was like, I can tell it now, it's been such a long time. We were going to present that to a board, we wanted to sell it. So we leaked the footage to like game trailers.
Oh, cool.
So people get excited about it because we wanted the game to exist.
Cool.
So then Xbox picked it up. We're like,
I love.
and it was like, yeah, I would never be able to tell that, but yeah, we leaked the game so it could come out.
Because
Like, that was a huge risk.
What's your favorite game in the Oddworld series?
Exodus.
Okay, Munch's Odyssey is mine.
Wait, is Odyssey the first, second one?
I always
the second
forget.
Abe game. What's second Abe game?
Dude, I literally always forget. I can look this up real quick, but I always
It
forget.
might be Exodus.
Hold on.
The second one is more mechanics that are more fun.
Right here.
It has better controls for dealing with the prisoners.
Odyssey first and then Exodus.
Yeah, Exodus it's the better one.
Which makes
They're both
sense.
good games, but second is just an improvement in every way possible.
Yeah, Munch's
Better
Odyssey.
controls, better commands, better level design. It's better in every way. But they're still both great games.
Munch had an
Hard to play though. You have to learn them. They're not.
No, they're really well because his jump arc is.
They're
weird.
deliberately slow and clunky on purpose.
Yeah, it's
because
super
Abe
clunky.
is not an action hero.
No,
He barely survived. That's the whole point.
that's the point of all.
He's the unlucky hero, but it really feels that
That's
way.
the point of the original 3 Oddworld games. Stranger's Wrath.
It's its own story.
It's
in the same world, but its own story.
Yeah.
Different
Anyways,
character. The Stranger's a cool character.
Anyways, yeah, my whole thing is just like it's a weird game that I feel like
Only Odyssey, though, no Exodus, which is interesting. But that makes sense. If you're gonna put the one, Odyssey was the one that put it on the map.
Yes.
Rayman 1.
Yes.
Rayman 1. Holy shit, that game. I've never been able to beat it.
It's a hard game.
As a boy, I could never beat it. I got to Bandland and never beat it.
I
got really mad as a kid.
I love Rayman, but the best Rayman games are the new ones.
I love how Rayman says yeah whenever he beats a level.
Rayman Legends.
Yeah! And Rayman camera.
Rayman Legends is one of the greatest platformers ever.
Well, that's facts.
Yeah.
But
facts.
Rayman 1, those games are so really neat, innovative at the
I'm
time.
glad they're on there. I'm so glad they're on.
Yeah, because Rayman is a super classic.
Yeah.
RE1 director's cut, which RE2 is a better game, but I get it. RE1 was the one that like made horror games a thing, basically, on like the mainstream. I know like RE basically borrowed from fucking Alone in the Dark on the PC. I know. But it's the one that kind of made survival horror like a thing, so it makes sense.
Yeah, most people's not going to fight you on the importance of Resident Evil.
The really weird one on this is the next one, Revelations Persona, which is Persona 1.
Persona 1. I'm looking at the list right now.
But what I'm really curious about, okay, because nobody played Persona 1 and 2 in the West. They were super rare.
Yeah, never played.
Because I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to give a little history on Persona.
Okay, cool.
Persona 1 came out in the US, had a kind of bit of a butchered localization, made a character black for some reason, and that's weird.
I love it. That's some old school American.
So I'm really curious
I love.
if this version is gonna be the PS1 American version of Legends of Persona. There's gonna be a retranslated ISO of the original Japanese one.
It'll most likely be the.
I don't know which one they'll do.
It'll most likely be the.
I'm so curious.
I bet it'll be the new version, the American version.
We got a remake for the. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Did Revelation? No, Persona 2 got the PSP remake. Because Persona 2 is 2 different games, actually.
Yes.
It's okay, you know like the Seasons games for Zelda? But they're kind of the same game, but they're actually 2 different games. Like Ocarina, like Age of what are the Game Boy games? Like this is the Age of like the one's about like Seasons, one's about whatever, you know what I'm talking about?
Minish Cap.
No, not the Minish Cap. Like it's the Game Boy Advance ones where it's like the two the other games are like red like
I know what you're talking about. I never played them or anything. But
it's like those where it's like because Persona 2, only half of that game came out in the US, like one part of that game came out, which is confusing because it was the second half that needed the first one to exist but never came out in America. But they're picking Revelations Persona.
Is it a good game?
They're not Persona 3 and 4 or 5. They're different games.
Okay, what is it?
They're dungeon crawlers.
Without the
but they're grid-based, turn-based dungeon crawlers.
So it's the game part of Persona without the story part, pretty much.
Well, the story's darker and different.
Well, you know what I mean. Like with
like,
exactly.
I'm not even
what I mean.
joking. Like Persona 1 and 2 are like a different beast, completely.
Which I've been told. I remember because I played Persona 3 and
because 3 is where everything changed.
Yeah, I played Persona 3, didn't get into it.
3 made its own genre of RPG.
Persona 4,
JRPG.
Persona 4, I loved until I got to the video game dungeon, and then my
difficulty spike for sure.
Difficulty spike, and then I grinded for like maybe a week, and then all of my grinding save data got corrupted,
and you're
I never went back.
I get it. It's like 30 hours down the drain. I super get you.
Never going. Yeah,
it happened to me with Persona 3, where I lost a save and I lost like 40 hours of progress, and I still did it because fuck, and I love Persona 3 a lot. And
then Persona 5 looks cool, and
I really would love to see people who only ever played like 5, which is a decent amount of people, or only like 4 and 5.
Yeah, 4 and
go
5
back
are the
to
two
1, because man, 1 plays a lot differently. Yeah. I love the 1 and 2. Like Persona 2, I think it's 1 or 2 is one where you fight Hitler.
Oh my god!
But in the American version, they had to give him sunglasses and just call him the Fuhrer.
Cool. Oh yeah, I know about this.
Persona 1
it looks so good.
Persona 1 has legitimately really awesome final boss design.
Yeah.
Because they were going more for the SMT's old kind of tone.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be really fucking whiplash going back to that now. I want to kind of see... I might buy the PlayStation 1 Classic if this version is the Japanese one with English.
Oh, yeah?
Because that doesn't exist.
True.
And if it does, it's like PS1 emulation is not good.
It's
there, but it's work and it's not. It's like 64 emulation. It's like
we're almost there. Yeah. Anyways,
Ridge Racer Type 4. Yeah, the one that matters.
Yep.
The one that puzzles me, but I'm really happy about. Funnily enough, its name. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Never played.
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah.
The Puzzle Fighter games are amazing. They made a really bad one on smartphones last year, and it's gonna die now.
Oh.
But cool, I get it. That game also is the reason I might buy this fucking thing. Because Puzzle Fighters is the shit.
Cool.
Siphon Filter, you needed to. Tekken 3, the best of the original Tekken. Not even a competition. It is the best original Tekken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My favorite. I mean,
Tekken 3 was the height of the series for me forever.
My favorite Tekken still is Tekken 6.
Oh, you're the fucking minority on that one.
I am.
Tekken 6. Holy shit.
I am the minority on that one. I like Lars a lot.
Lars was in Tekken 5, I think, at first, right?
Nope.
Was he? I thought he was 5.
No, 5 is Dark Resurrection. Remember?
Oh yeah, we got the Dark because we got like the arcade finished one was Dark Resurrection.
Yeah.
So Lars was 6, huh?
Uh-huh.
Man, I fucking hate Lars.
I get it. Dude,
his fighting style is cool, but his design is terrible.
I will never fight.
But you know what? It's Tekken. Who cares?
Exactly. I will never fight.
I like Lucky Chloe, and people despise her being in Tekken 7.
Yeah, I will never.
I think she's cool.
Yeah, Tekken 7's cool. I don't have it.
They shit on Eddie, which is unfortunate.
But yeah, no, Tekken 3 is obviously like my.
Well, they leap in graphics and fighting gameplay. It's man, Tekken 3 is so good.
Tekken always, since Tekken 3, Tekken has always been like, why is this game? This game is 3 years ahead in the future.
Oh yeah, graphically, yeah. It was
why does it look so good?
Tekken 5 Inner Magazine blew me away as a kid.
Same.
I'm like, this is not video games. This is not real life.
Yeah. All right.
3 more, which is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
Of course, it has
which
to be
I've
there.
never touched that version.
I haven't either, but it has to be in there.
Twisted Metal for those boomers out there. I don't know. Twisted Metal fucking sucks. I'm sorry.
I don't like Twisted Metal either. No,
I played all of them for some reason.
I played the original one. I played this Twisted Metal.
The best one was Twisted Metal Black on the PS2. And they made it. The PS3 one was okay.
All right.
It was okay. And then Wild Arms, which is a good ass JRPG.
Cool.
Weird choice. I would have rather it would have been like the Suikoden games, mainly 3.
Yeah.
That's too obscure.
All right. So this list, does it make that $100 purchase worth it?
Some of them do in a weird way.
If it is the original Japanese Persona,
that would make me think about it a lot more.
Yeah, it's not a
because there are some like games that are hard to find legitimately nowadays.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna walk and find Mr. Driller anywhere easily.
Oh yeah, and a lot of these games
or Jumping Flash for fuck's sake.
Yeah, a lot of these games like they're good long games. Like it's
the best you can do that weren't like the real answers they should have had like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Yes,
but licensing. I get it.
Well, and they didn't want to do the DualShock controller.
Yeah, and there's some it's like I can't do it because of controller, which is a big bummer.
They want the original PlayStation, not the DualShock.
Even though
I get it.
Yeah.
Even though the original PlayStation,
I would happily pay like $30 more if it was like the better controller. Yeah. I would have paid more. Honestly, I would have been fine with that.
I get it. I
would have cut Siphon Filter.
They plug in through just regular USB, right? I wonder if you can.
I think there's USB controllers.
I wonder if you can just plug in like a DualShock 2 USB.
I think someone had the specs, but I don't have them pulled up on me. Like someone like has them.
Yeah, I'm so curious on what this thing is.
Well, because nobody knows what it's like inside until they come out.
Yeah,
because I would love to see what happens when people pull this thing apart.
And I'm wondering is it running on just ROMs that is it a Nintendo situation where they're just downloading ROMs and I doubt it, but it's Sony. Who knows?
Well, I assume it's software emulation, but like, how do they do it?
Yeah, I'm curious on what like exactly the process. And I'm waiting for the Digital Foundry video.
Speaking of PS1 shit. This makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad this was announced before I ever bought them. Mm-hmm. The Crash and Spyro remix are getting bundled together into one big game you can buy for $60.
Well, but, okay, quick. Before we move on to the Spyro Crash thing, I want to talk about my thoughts on the PlayStation Classic. I don't know if I want it or not.
Did you grow up with anything PS1 at all?
I got into the gaming through the PS1. My cousin Tina had a PS1, and every time I went to her house, like she was like, "Let's play this."
What were the games you played on the PS1?
I played
besides Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, obviously.
Those are not on there, and I get why because remakes, but
yes,
they should at least put like the original Spyro or Crash on there.
I played Tekken 3 the most, probably.
They fucking rules.
And then the Abe's Odyssey. Those are like
that's a terrible game to play as a child.
No, man, I'm telling you, this is why I am the way I am.
I know that's a bad choice to give to a child.
This is why my cousin was awesome though. Like he got me into like Linkin Park and Invader Zim and then Apes Odyssey. I always say like those are the things that my childhood are is because of her. I am a nerd thing. What I am is because of what she showed me. So yeah, no, I have this list of games like I'm interested in. Look, FF7 I've played, obviously.
Never touched. Still to this day.
I've never beaten that game.
Well, because it's a JRPG. It was 4 discs.
I never had the opportunity to finish that game.
You could buy it on Steam right now.
Yeah, I could.
And they even fixed the music to make it not shitty midis.
I don't know. I'm interested in this console for sure.
There are a lot of games that maybe you'd enjoy.
$100 isn't that bad, I feel like, for what this is. It's cool, especially because the idea of all these classic games that you can actually buy now is interesting. Like you can't buy these games, so if you want to purchase these games without having to deal with ROMs, but it
doesn't have the Spider-Man game.
Because ROMs are becoming more and more complicated to get online. God, I tried to.
Well, if you're a casual user, but you can.
It's not impossible, but still,
they are no torrents. They're not that hard to find, but they require more work. That is annoying for preservation.
It will never be easier. It'll always be harder.
It's only gonna get harder over time.
Exactly, and so I can see why something like this, like all these, like I said before too, like if I knew that all these classics was gonna be a thing, I would have loved to start. I still can't. It's not like it's impossible for you to get the Nintendo Classic and the SNES Classic.
No, they made more. Like you can.
Yeah, I can get them, but I don't know. I kind of wish. There's a part of me that wants to get all these classic consoles. I feel like it'd be cool to like have a desk.
It's a collector's thing, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not even that much of a collector, but like to have those games that like it's not. I'm not just collecting it as a thing that I can look at. It's a thing that I can actually play. Like that seems really awesome. Like I imagine hooking them all up to like an HDMI relay, and then I can play all these games. It's like really easily. That sounds freaking awesome.
I only really would think about the PS1 Classic more if when it gets busted open, what you can do with it.
Yeah.
So it's Classic I only want to get to bust open because SNES games rule.
Yeah.
SNES is one of my favorite consoles of all time. It's one of the best games ever made, period, on it.
Which
Plus also that game.
Which game? Mega Man X?
Mega Man X, Earthbound, the FF games that came out on there.
Super
Metroid. Star Fox 1, it's innovative, but I think it's really great, but it's hard to go back to.
Zelda.
Secret of Mana. Well, yeah, Link to the Past. Super Mario World. Super Mario All-Stars was the remake of all the first 3 Mario games.
Yes, the SNES
with better sprites.
Console. No one disagrees.
Kirby Superstar Ultra.
Even though you hate Kirby.
I don't hate Kirby. I just have disinterest in like the games.
Okay.
But they have good lore, and I love Kirby and all his friends. They're good boys.
I refuse to get into Kirby lore.
It's so real, dude.
I'm not gonna do it.
It is so real, and it's old god shit too, by the way.
I know what it is. I refuse to do it.
It's so real. Some of it's actually kind of cool.
I bet it is, and I'm not. All right. So, anyways, let's move on to the Spyro Crash thing.
Yeah. Well, they are bundling up for $60. Although they did, the concern was like, okay, what about the Spyro stuff? Why they delayed the Spyro thing? Mm-hmm. And that did come out. Whether you're buying a Spyro one only or you're buying the bundle with the Crash thing as well, the disc only has the first game's levels in it.
Of course.
You'll have to do download levels for the other 2 games.
Of course.
Which, I guess the delay was less for getting the levels on disc. It was, well, I guess it was to try.
And that's probably what it was.
But it was also probably to get this bundle together as well. Because this was announced like now.
So, because I'm pretty sure that they're going to...
Which will come on November 13th, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Spyro is going to come to the Switch.
Oh, yeah, just not, like, maybe next year.
Next year, and then I'm wondering if they're going to do a bundle for the
Switch.
They
might announce something about that in the Direct on November 1st.
We are getting a Direct in 2 days, so...
It's going to have Treehouse stuff on it. It's going to be mainly Smash. It's the last Smash Direct, so... Yeah.
But it's more than... It's not a...
It's going to be like Nintendo Treehouse stuff. They might be showing off like, hey, this game's coming to Switch soon, or here's a demo for this game. It comes out soon, so maybe.
Yeah, it's not a Smash Direct.
Or maybe holidays.
Because I'm so tired of Smash Directs.
Well, it's going to be the last one. That's why it's 40 minutes long.
No,
because leaks happen that might have been real, might have been not been. So it's like, all right, fuck it. It's all going to be out now. Game comes out in a month.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's not a Smash Direct. Like, we've been getting these Smash only Directs.
Like their E3 was pretty bad this year because it was only Smash.
Yeah.
And like 2 games that were even playable at E3.
So I'm hoping this will be a little bit more than that. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited for... I'm just excited for Spyro.
I'm so scared about Spyro because there's some shit they changed that really bothers me as an old fan.
I finally finished Crash 1 on my Switch. I'm on Crash 2 finally.
Like, fucking hard, huh?
Oh, fuck.
They made it easier too.
Yeah, Crash 1. Oh my God, that was such a struggle to get through.
I've never beat original Crash 1.
Fair, dude. It's hard.
I got to the last island. What's the level where you're running like towards the camera over barrels?
Oh, I know what level.
Oh no, not that one. Never beat the level Slippery Climb.
Yep.
The second level where you're going up the castle sideways. That's where I stopped.
That is
on the original PS1 version that I bought on my PS3. That's where I stopped.
That is the notoriously hardest level in that game.
It's that one and the fucking bridge levels that everyone hates.
Yeah, the bridge levels.
Those are fine for me.
I hate the bridge levels, but they're not impossible.
They're better than they used to be.
Because here's what I like about the bridge. The bridge levels don't feel unfair.
You can cheat them too.
Yeah,
some parts of them you can just cheat.
Yeah, the bridge levels are hard. They're not unfair. The slippery wet thing, whatever that level, the tomb one, is an unfair level.
Because they're endurance runs.
It is endurance run. It is too long of a level between check. Although they add like you said, they fixed the thing where now in the new Crash is cool because the game will see if you're doing bad. They'll add more checkpoints. Yeah, which I like. Because that's the only way I was able to get to that game.
Some of those checkpoints were really far apart, at least in the original game.
Yeah, there's like 2 checkpoints.
Like 2 and 3 checkpoints are a lot better, but some levels were like 2 checkpoints. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah. So but I'm finally.
It was like a Mega Man level. Like it was like 1 checkpoint.
I'm finally on the second Crash and having so much fun.
They get only better after 1.
Yep.
1's still a good game, but man, 2 and 3 are fucking amazing.
Yeah, I love Crash Bandicoot Warped. I will never.
Do they say that in the remakes?
Yeah,
when you open them up,
they do.
Is it the same voice?
Yep.
Like the same clip, or is it like the same voice actor?
The Wrath of Cortex one
sounds familiar.
It sounded really familiar. I don't think it was different. I haven't gotten to Warped yet, but if it's not the same, I will.
It's a weird thing. I kind of wish. In the opening cutscene of Crash 2 is Cortex falling from the sky.
That's in there.
Okay, but in the original, for some reason, in the original cutscene, like his hair is reddish for some reason.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I wish they kept that in for like that for people like me who remember. No, like, why is his hair red?
I love the new animations.
They're really great.
So good. They're like, I don't know how to describe them. They're just very, very
Pixar.
Yeah, they're very animated and very well done. Whoever did the animation team on the new Crash remakes
mainly for the deaths is where I was really impressed. Like the death animations, because remember they were really great even back in the day. There were so many of them, but they're so good in this one too.
I'm talking about the cutscenes. These cutscenes.
Oh yeah, because they added cutscenes.
They did not have to be this good.
No,
like this team did not have to.
They went above and beyond.
And I would have been fine if it was whatever.
That's why Spyro worries me.
Oh,
because remember Spyro 2 had lots of cutscenes in it.
Yeah.
Spyro had a cutscene when you went in and out of the world.
So do you think it's going to be
they could butcher it and fuck it up?
They could.
Because some of the redesigns I don't like. Mm-hmm. For not, like, I like Fawn's redesign a lot.
We talked about this already.
Hunters, whatever, but like, they've been showing off levels and I'm like, the colors are off. This character looks stupid. I don't like this change. Like, I don't want to nitpick too much. I'm really like scared that's gonna happen.
Because all of your gripes so far sound like nitpicks. But
there are a lot of them.
There's a lot of them for sure, but they are nitpicks.
And some of them are like overall design changes that make the levels
honestly
weird.
I think as soon as you get the game in your hand and start playing, you're gonna ignore most of them.
For Spyro 1, I could do that because that one's not as like character focused. Yeah. 2 and 3 is gonna be much harder. Because 2 and 3 are all about the worlds. And like their stories in them. So I have to know when I get there. But I'm worried. I want to love it. I do not want to hate those games.
All right,
because there's work going in.
So we don't have we have where are we? We have 20 minutes left of the episode. So I'm gonna skip over a couple things and move right on to your thoughts. I want to pick your brain on the new cowboy game.
Yeehaw!
Red
Bang Bang
Dead
Bang.
Redemption.
What do you want to know about Red Dead Redemption 2?
I never played the first one.
You don't need to play that for this game because it is a prequel.
It is a prequel, right? Yeah.
The main character of the first game is in your gang.
That's cool.
As a young boy, and you got to see how he got a scar. And I'm like, okay.
I like stuff like that.
I saw it and I was like, okay, cool. That's how he got a scar. I never really cared, but that's neat. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a very interesting game the way it's designed.
How long have you been playing? Or how long have you put in? How much?
20 some hours.
Okay, so you're in.
I'm a decent way in. Like I'm not past chapter 2.
But you're in enough to know what this game is.
I think I've seen almost all of the base systems.
Yeah.
Because that game takes a long time to open up.
Yeah. I keep seeing reviews. I saw a couple of reviews on it and I saw like the before you buy and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of mechanics going on in this game.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And at first, I think it's going to be, if you did play the original Red Dead Redemption 1, it's going to be a little weird to go to because this game is not as fast paced or even arcadey, like gameplay wise. Like being able to run while you get on your horse is not as quick.
By the way, shooting is slower. You're not talking about the first, you're talking about the second Red Dead game. Remember the Red Dead Revolver though?
That was a Capcom game that Rockstar just bought the rights for.
Yeah, everyone.
Although, for some reason, in DLC for Red Dead Redemption 1, they had the characters in there for the multiplayer.
That's cool.
Like, you play as like some of those people.
Just so like, hey, remember we did this? Yeah.
Red Dead Revolver's, well, because Rockstar didn't make it. Capcom made it.
Yeah.
And then they just bought the rights and they just called it Red Dead. That one's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Although I did like the mechanic in Red Dead Revolver where your health is you drink a whiskey bottle. That was neat.
That's cool.
And a guy has a tombstone machine gun.
Yeah.
That game's
the
wacky.
only Red Dead I've played is Undead Nightmare.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That game's that Red Dead. Yeah.
Undead Nightmare was fun.
The Nightmare is a really weird thing, but Red Dead 2 is the best cowboy game ever made if you really want to be a cowboy.
It's not like there's a lot of cowboy games, and or not like this.
There are a couple, but this is the best cowboy game ever made if you want to be a cowboy. And I mean everything with being a cowboy.
Like, elaborate.
Setting up camp, feeding and brushing your horse.
Yeah.
Hunting for skins and meats to sell or to feed yourself or your camp. Having to go to bed.
Yeah.
Having to smoke cigarettes and eating food.
And having
to shave.
I love that.
There are lots of little mechanics that really do add up and make this experience really interesting as an immersion kind of thing.
It's so not like Rockstar.
Man, you can't... if you want to enjoy this game, you have to slow down.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like,
it's so not
play
like
it boring. I mean like, play with the game's pace it's trying to tell you to do.
Yeah.
Like, don't fight the current, swim with it.
Yeah. This is so not like a Rockstar game. That's why I'm curious on like your thoughts on it. Cause like,
the thing is, I'm not the biggest Rockstar fanboy in the world.
No, I'm not either. Like,
I only ever beat GTA 5.
Yeah.
Like the whole story. I fucked around in Vice City and San Andreas and a little bit of 3.
It's the opposite. I beat 3,
but I never beat 4.
Andreas.
I beat the DLCs for 4. Those are really fun. Like Battle to Tony is the shit.
Everyone talks about that.
Battle to Tony,
which they finally updated and put.
Yeah, the nightclub shit is kind of neat.
Gay-Tony
Yeah, the really good Eric Pajanu song.
Anyways,
although it's fucked up that in GTA 5 they kill the main character from the biker DLC as a gag.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, did you ever play any GTA 5 at all?
I have. Yeah, I never beat it.
How far did you get to like when Trevor's in the trailer park?
Yeah, no, I got
the guy he murders. That biker dude is the main character from that.
Okay, cool.
And it's supposed to like for like a dark joke. I'm like, why would you do that? Because Trevor sucks. But whatever.
I like Trevor. Anyways,
well, if you beat that game, you know why.
Yeah.
I hate Trevor as the story went on.
Fair.
The story ran out of ideas.
So if I saw Red Dead Redemption 2 like even like 2 years ago, I would have been like, this looks boring for me. It's too slow and I want to shoot things forever. But
you don't shoot an enemy for about half an hour in that game.
Yeah.
You are watching a cutscene and riding a horse to the snow.
I'm finally maturing's not the word. I don't know.
I'm not even thinking. I don't think like that's a mature thing. I think it's I want games to get to get to the point.
Yeah.
For certain genres and certain people, I completely get that.
Yeah, and that's how I
get to the game part. I want to play the game.
And so I'm split. Like, and the way I play games now, like having the Switch and having just gameplay games has made me really love those. But
you would love the title screen for Inside and Braid.
Did I play Braid? What was Braid? Which one is that? Was that the time one?
That was a John Blow time travel.
Yes, I played Braid.
Do you remember how Braid starts?
Yeah.
The game is starting. The title screen is the opening level of the game. You just walk.
Yeah, I remember that.
Inside starts the same way.
That's how I like
games like that. It's really neat when they start that way. Yeah. When they're all about the gameplay. But GTA is not just about GTA. Red Dead 2 is not just about the shoot guns.
So I'm saying like
it's about a lot more. A lot more.
For some reason, like I said, I'm more of a gameplay focused person right now. But looking at Red Dead 2, I don't know what it is, but it's making me very jealous that I don't have a console. It's really weird, and I don't know why.
If you watched me play it, you wouldn't be as jealous because you realize how loud my console is.
Yeah, I know the PS4.
I think even like the half generation console, like the Pro and Xbox One X, the Xbox.
The Xbox One X is not loud, and so is the Xbox One S. They fixed a lot of that stuff. The PS4 original, the fan's super loud. The PS4 Pro, the disc drive is super loud.
Yeah, the PS4 Pro is just loud in general.
Yeah, and so
that boy is loud.
Yeah, the PS4 Slim
There are points like I'm seeing an animal and my PS4 going like it's screaming because I'm like fucking skinning a deer.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, hold on, relax. You can catch up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna push you to your limits.
There are rumors that this game's coming out on PC.
Oh, they're not rumors. It's gonna be like it'll come out and we can figure out how to do it. Give us like 3 years.
Yeah, which I don't mind. GTA 5 took a year and I did not mind.
You can tell that game is screaming for like AA because the game gets fuzzy.
Oh yeah,
but it looks fine. Because it plays with lighting that it's like just the lighting, it looks fine. It gets fuzzy. Like the image gets a little fuzzy, like especially in the opening segments where it's all snow. But man, this game looks incredible for everything it's doing. The snow tech here is unreal how good it looks.
Interesting.
The way it syncs, the way The way just wind moves in this game, whether it has snow or not, is fucking wild.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like the little details are really.
We're finally getting to the point where open world games look good, because open world games.
Well, really good.
Well, because
the last ones that like had good detail in them was Witcher 3.
Yes. And even that, like,
and even that all like Red Dead's, like Rockstar's games killed the developers to do that.
Yeah, Witcher 3
was like the last one.
I'm gonna be. I am. People might disagree with me on this. I don't think Witcher 3 ever looked as good as people thought it did. That game is shiny and pretty, but it's not detailed. Like there's not as much like attention to detail as people think there are.
I think it's more the consistency universally.
Yes, for sure.
I think it's more detailed in terms of like design, not texture.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Overall,
the game feels good because everything feels consistent.
I've heard that's different because they released like the hyper patch, like the hyper big boy patch, like a year later.
Yeah,
that's like, hey, if you have the rig to run it, which you probably don't, download this like 10 gig patch.
Red Dead 2, so far what I've seen, I haven't seen much, but what I've seen, that game looks like
it's bananas.
Yeah, that game looks as good as like God of War.
Every cutscene is in engine, like God of War, which also does not belong on a console.
That's the thing. Everything.
It is crazy how these games look.
I'm so curious.
Like the hair tech is unbelievable.
I'm wondering. It's still not perfect. I'm still waiting for a day where I saw a cutscene where like this guy's beard clipped through his collar on his shirt. Which
that stuff is that's game shit.
Man. As soon as people can figure out how to not have that happen,
an open world game that's like 30 years from now. You're asking that is a lot to ask.
I don't think it's that long.
Asking for beard physics to go inside cloth physics inside of it, that is like 30 years away technology. In an open world game, that's what you're asking for.
I don't think
that's bananas.
That's the thing. As soon as we get there,
think about how long we took in video games to get people under the covers when they sleep.
Dude, so long.
Like water physics, we still have a ways to go.
Water physics is getting there.
They look really good, but we can still make it better.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but people are still trying.
Smoke physics is still really hard to get through.
Well,
God rays. We're finally getting
back on God rays.
We're finally getting to God rays.
And I'm not looking forward to that because that means more sci-fi games that all look like Destiny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, we're going to get that.
Yeah.
Which I was wrong. I thought we were going to get that actually this generation. A bunch of like Destiny Halo clones.
But anyways,
I was wrong.
Anyways, you're liking the game?
I'm liking it a lot, but this is a game that really hurts it if you try to barrel through it. Literally, gameplay wise, and also just the experience.
Yeah.
Because a really good example that really shows Rockstar like kind of trying to teach you how the game plays. You know how in GTA games you mash the next button to run? Mm-hmm. There was a point where I was running through the town and I wanted to go to the saloon to cut my hair, but they added a new mechanic, well, like a new gameplay thing, where if you're running and going through a door, you like slam through with your fucking shoulder. Like your shoulder, it's loud, it is obnoxious. See, everyone goes, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" And everyone stops what they're doing to look at you. Go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And everyone stops to go, "Why are you running like this?"
I like that.
What is your problem?
I like that.
And that really shows it. Like, hey, play it like how you would be a cowboy.
See, one of the reviews I saw, I think the main review that I saw was Game Ranks. I know you don't like Game Ranks that much, but I like Jake Baldino, and it's Before You Buy This. That's really the only thing I watch about Game Ranks because I like Jake Baldino. But he was saying how the main character feels like heavy and real. Like everything he does, like
in terms of the way you move and talk,
move and pick up things and reload and
it's
hold
because
things.
The animation team, I want to give them all the hugs and kisses because there is too much.
Yeah, everything.
Every item you pick up like a bottle or whatever, animation for every single one. Yeah. Every animal, there's like 98 animals in this game. Some of them share animations a little bit.
Skinning them, I saw because
the bison one is unreal. When I think there's like 3 cuts in the bison one.
Because when I think about skinning an animal, I still think of Far Cry, obviously.
Oh, where you just like cut a line and just pick up like a bunch of meat.
Yeah, that's what I think of. And no, this game you actually cut open and pull out something.
For rabbits, for squirrels, for deer, for bucks, for bison.
It looks cool.
For alligators, for birds, for skunks, for raccoons. Bears, it is a lot.
Animation, but I guess back to animation. Animation in video games is getting really good. Mega Man 11. I know this is just a jump from Red Dead 2, but Mega Man 11, just like little things of when you run back and forth, like when you're running and sliding one way and then stop yourself early. Mega Man's hand shifts over to the right,
like naturally.
Or left. Yeah, he like pushes himself off of the floor.
I've never looked at that actually.
Yeah, look at it. It's when you're like that little stuff of when he's sliding back and forth and stuff like that, and like the animation of that. Like
you're right, that stuff's becoming a lot more common in like all kinds of genres of like we have time for details like that for animation.
I love it, man. Animation. Props to like animation teams in video games because you guys are like doing these. And it's a really weird thing.
I remember telling somebody, I was like, man, I'm really mad that in this game you can't skip the skinning animations.
You can't
because in one you had to do a shit ton of them for challenges and stuff, and it was wasted so much time.
Yeah,
a lot of them were the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I've asked people like who've gotten like later than me, or just like have like looked at the way this game, like your progress goes, how your number go up.
Yeah,
you can just stop hunting at a certain point.
That's cool.
Like you don't really have to do it, and the challenges that require you to hunt or whatever are a lot more reasonable and a lot less like kill 20 of these.
Yeah, see, the problem I have with a lot of like
they're a lot less busy work than the first game was. A lot less.
Ubisoft type games, the Far Cry's, Assassin's Creed, I get so bored of the busy work.
Because they talked about this game, they wanted to push a lot of what GTA 5 was doing with dynamic open world stuff.
Yeah.
With this, like the strangers, or like, hey, a cougar attacked my horse, which is in the first game, or
and that's what this game looks like to me. Like when you said how like if you run into a
like I got robbed and died.
That's awesome. I
got stuck up and I was like, wait, I can't draw my gun. I fucking died.
That's awesome.
And that I lost $100. I was like, oh shit, that just happened. And that thing that happened. Like, there's probably more that I haven't seen yet.
I want a console so bad.
Like shit that can happen to you.
All right, I want to.
And shout out to the one that everyone sees, especially to the audio team, because it is so violent that it actually made me a little uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a black comedy bit. It's a Rockstar thing where a guy's like, hey, over here. He's like off his horse, like, hey, come over here. He's trying to call you over.
Yeah.
And he's like, something wrong with my horse. He taps his horse. Horse kicks him in the fucking skull. You hear his skull crack. Oh. It is so loud that it made me uncomfortable. And it's like, oh, he's dead. And that's it. That. His skull cracks. You hear it. Like the world stops and you hear skull cracking and it's over. That is cool. It. I'm like, holy shit. Okay. And I just moved on. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And that's what they're going for. And that stuff, like, I found a murder mystery yesterday.
That's so cool.
Like, it was like, oh, hey, by the way, here's I walked I was under a bridge, like near some train tracks, and I saw a guy's like lower torso just hanging from a bridge.
Yeah.
I saw in blood, like, oh, come find me. And I saw his head with like a note in it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll find the clues to find this killer. I don't know.
That's so cool.
And I found other shit like that. I was like, oh, find these dinosaur bones.
See, that's
find all 30 of them.
Wait a minute.
And I went, what?
That's dumb, and I love it.
And I'm like, I've only seen a quarter of the map. What do you mean dinosaur bones?
Yeah.
What else am I not seeing yet?
That's the kind of stuff I love about Skyrim.
And but like, this is a game where it's not as big, but they're trying to go for that detail in a smaller scope, but still massive.
That's what's smart. So Skyrim, the problem obviously is getting the map too big, so you end up never.
There's a lot of filler.
You'll never do everything because that map's just simply too large.
It's designed. Well, to be fair, Skyrim and Fallout 4 even so are designed to let you never run out of things to do.
Yeah,
that's exactly. They're designed to give you infinite games.
And the way it's
for better and for worse, it's what they're designed.
The way that Red Dead's sounding like they're trying to pack the same amount of content but in a smaller space, so that you're always doing something.
But because you're moving, the pace of the game is slower. It'll take as much time.
Exactly,
which is a really interesting way to design a game.
That's such a fascinating way to do it.
Because like an in-game day, I can hunt maybe like 3 animals.
Yeah.
Take one. If it's a big animal, take 1 corpse back. Maybe a couple pelts. Maybe do like a side mission or 2. That's like the in-game day. That's all my day's gone.
Yeah. How long is an in-game game in real time?
Maybe like an hour.
Okay.
Like maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I've spent a lot of like my time.
That's a long time.
Just walking around talking to my camp people.
Yeah, an hour and a half is a long time.
Like I saved a guy. Like, oh, I saved a guy from from jail, and I spent an hour walking around the party and talking to people.
That's so awesome.
Because there was like. They sang like 7 different songs. I heard really sad sex happen in a tent and people crying. I interacted with like this old dude just like talking about how he misses, like he was like, hey, have you heard the story where I was in the Congo and I became a god for a day?
Oh my God.
And it's just that. And I've heard nothing repeated yet. There is so much. And it doesn't feel like it's all just like filler. Mm-hmm. It's all been really good so far.
That's cool.
But I'm going to slow down this game a lot. I'm going to give it, I might like not finish it this year.
Yeah,
I might just let it like over time, just like gonna let the game feed me its content.
See, okay,
because there is a lot to go with, and the pace kind of makes you want to do that anyway.
That's kind of what I wish I did with Breath of the Wild. Well,
it's like the opposite of like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where it's like, do all the checklists now, go, just do all the thing now.
Well, that's because there's a list of stuff to do. Like
it's a literal checklist.
Yeah, it's a literal checklist.
But it's like, hey, you want to go hunt like a beaver? I don't know.
Have fun.
Go hunt, like make some meat for your. Do whatever. Do whatever you want. Go rob a stagecoach. Go rob a train, which you can do in this game, thank God.
See, that's what this would
go hunt some bounties.
Can you not rob a train in the first one?
No, you couldn't pick up a train.
Fake cowboy game.
Well, not in the way where you're just like, oh, there's a train. Put on a mask. Okay, you're robbing the train now.
There's like a mission, I bet.
No, like there were missions, but it was like now it's like, oh, if you get on a train where it's moving and you pull out your gun and you put on a mask, yeah, go rob the train.
That's so rad.
Stick people up. And I'm like, oh, video games are awesome.
See, okay, I want.
That's why I meant this is the ultimate cowboy game.
God damn it. Do I want a console?
Ye fucking ha.
So I was just talking about this with...
I got a horse. I named her Joanne. I love her very much.
I was just talking about...
I feed her oats and carrots.
Cool.
And I will... Even if I get a better horse, I'll never let her go.
Fair.
She's my one and only.
Love
you, Joanne.
Before the podcast, I was talking about with Andres about like how consoles and graphics cards are like all on sale right now. Like you can get a PS4 Pro, I think, for like $300 or something. Like
they retail for like what, $400, I think, in stores.
Yeah, like you can get it like $100 off right now. Like it's super cheap.
Black Friday deals happen like at the end of October. Like they start to happen for everything.
Look
for TVs, everybody.
Yeah, look for monitors and TVs right now if you want.
I'm literally thinking about like replacing my TV for like a $200 TV that's just a little bit better. I have a small TV, so like small TVs are not that expensive.
I know I need a new graphics card this year.
Graphics.
And
what you do?
Actually, there was an update on PC that fixed a lot of my problems with blackout. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more consistent. Now, like you can finally get the 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Finally.
But I've still heard like there's still like texture issues. That's like that's not like graphics issue. That's just like the engine.
There's weird stuff. But they've been fixing it and stuff. Anyway.
But it wouldn't hurt to get a good deal on a graphics card.
Exactly.
Because think about it. You want to play Division 2 next year.
Exactly.
And you saw how that game looked when they showed it off. You know those like fake footage?
I don't even know if you know this.
It can look almost that good.
I don't know if you know this, guys. I'm going to admit something to you. I played
You're a fake gamer.
I have 100 hours. I have like 98 hours in Division 1, whatever. 100 hours in Division 1. I played that entire game running at like 40 FPS.
Because you can do it. It still plays fine.
Yeah, it plays
fine. I would have rather been 30. Because anything between 30 and 60 bugs me.
Fair. Because it's never consistent. So
that's why I prefer consistent. I prefer rock solid 30 or 60.
Yeah, fair.
Rather than dynamic frame rate. Which in Neo you can actually choose, by the way, which is super cool.
I will not be able to play Division 2 with my current setup. It will be impossible.
Well, you can play it.
No,
but it'll be like looking at like a bad stream.
Yeah,
like on Twitch.
It'll be everything low. I'd have to turn the render resolution down.
You'll get 20 FPS like when you open a menu.
It'll look like Doom on the Switch and play like Doom pre-patch on the Switch. Feel like 20 FPS.
It's just a bunch of brown and red.
Yeah,
and like a couple blue for like the HUD.
But my point is, I know I need a graphics card. However, there are some cool games that I want. I talk about this all the time. There's some cool games I want on my PS4 right now. I want God of War. I want Red Dead 2.
I've watched God of War played through twice.
Yeah,
I still kind of want to play it.
Yeah,
just to feel that combat system in my own hands.
I want Red Dead 2, God of War. I want to experience Last of Us.
Maybe Persona 5.
Maybe Persona 5.
Last of Us is dirt cheap too. It's like a $20 game like now.
Yeah. No, I'm not getting to Persona 5.
I joke.
I'm done with Persona. Did me dirty on my Vita. Also, Sony did me dirty with the Vita.
They did Americans dirty with the Vita.
They really did. They shot us in the foot. They shot themselves in the foot and then blamed us.
They shoved a Tenga egg inside me and I'll never forgive them.
Yeah.
I'll be like, thanks for the free Tenga though.
Yeah, they killed their own wife and then blamed it on America.
Is that what happened in World War II?
Pretty much.
Is that what it was about?
Pretty much.
Is that what the Emperor was going to war for?
Yeah, Sony. It was all because of Sony.
They did it all for the nookie.
But no, there's a bunch of games that I want on the PS4 that I will never play.
Well, speaking of really good games on PS4 and a public service announcement, I'd like to tell everyone to please check out. There's going to be a limited time demo from November 1st to November 5th for Tetris Effects.
Okay, what the fuck is this?
I will show you a video after this and you'll understand why this is a very much a me game.
Is this like a Puyo Puyo Tetris situation where
it is a Tetris game by the creator Tetsuya Mizuguchi, the creator of Rez, Lumines, and Child of Eden.
Yeah. Games I've never played but always look amazing.
Lumines is on the Switch right now. It has a really weird like thing with the Joy-Con vibration stuff, which I don't have Joy-Cons to do that with.
Is it good?
Lumines is amazing.
Okay.
Lumines 1 and 2 are really good games.
Cool.
It's optional VR, which means you can play without VR, which thank God. I would love to try with PSVR, but I don't have that in my budget.
Also, you're running on
it is going to be a free
PS4,
demo.
So don't.
If you want to understand why I'm into his games or why this might be worth your time, even if it's like, oh, it might just be just a Tetris game. Go check it out. November 1st to 5th. It'll be playable then, free for everybody. Go check it out.
Tetris Effect.
Tetris Effect on the PS4 store.
Okay.
It will support 2D and 4K on PS4 Pro.
What about it? Is just give a quick synopsis of why this Tetris game.
You can feel and hear your gameplay.
It's Tetris.
Look up a video and I will show you after.
It's like impossible to explain.
A good way to show it got demoed. Giant Bomb did an hour-long demo of the game. Mm-hmm. You'll see what I mean. Either if you play it or watch videos of it, you'll see why this game is so interesting.
It's like Thumper, where it's like
It is like a Thumper. Kind of.
Because I've always been interested. I'm waiting for Thumper to go like dirt cheap to like $5 or something, and I'm buying it.
I still haven't picked it up. I've wanted to pick it up.
Yeah, same. Because it's one of those games that I know I will love.
It's a game for me.
Yeah, I know
it is a violent rhythm game.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never played before.
I want it so bad.
It's like, oh, let's do industrial electronic music. Oh, that's me. Yeah. That is made for me.
Trent Reznor might as well have done the soundtrack.
He should make a rhythm game.
He should. Trent Reznor needs.
He's happy now. He can make video game.
Yeah, Trent Reznor needs. Oh my god, I want a Trent Reznor soundtrack game.
Who's Hobbit boy from Lord of the Rings?
Which one?
Long curly hair boy.
Lord of the Rings or Hobbit?
Hobbit.
The Hobbit?
Well, no, he's a Hobbit. He's the Hobbit from Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
the actor.
Okay, the original Lord of not the. Okay,
you know what I mean? The movies, the trilogy.
He was in
Blue Eye Boy.
Yeah, very pretty boy. He looks like Zed, DJ Zed's brother.
I don't even know what Zed looks like.
He's a very pretty boy, also.
Okay, I believe it. That's bullshit, but I believe it.
God, what's his name?
You know the actor.
Yeah, we all know the actor.
He released
not Harry Potter. That guy.
He made a video game, like a weird VR horror game with Ubisoft that came out recently. Work with him, make a thing together. Celebrities work together, make a video game,
and then bring in
Guillermo del Toro,
Nick Simmons as your art designer.
People make video game. That's all I ask. That's all I want.
Yeah. All right. I just gotta do I'm gonna do a quick shout out to boy BEE
Boy Wonder
BPBB. I can't spell his name.
APB All Points Bulletin. Reloaded.
Ben BENN. He's slowly releasing a bunch of his music on Spotify that was never on Spotify before, like because he had Zombies 1 and 2, and that was pretty much it. Or Zed 1 and 2. I'm sorry for everyone, but whatever. Portraits is now on Spotify. If you just type in Portraits, you'll find it. Or type in Portraits Monad. That's the name of the album is Monad. MONAD.
What's a Monad?
Were you there when we interviewed Ben, or was that with the other guy?
I was here.
Yeah. That when he released.
But what's a monad?
Monad? I don't remember.
I like the butterfly.
It's a thing.
Like a morpho butterfly.
It's a thing.
I don't remember. Morpheus.
The whole album's about different scientific achievements.
Orpheus.
We interviewed Ben on this podcast when that album came out, and that album's now on Spotify. It is. If you like Tool, listen to this album. So that if you like Tool and Dream Theater, listen to this album. It is.
If you want to be a Tool or not, also listen to this album.
Yeah, it's good. Ben also put my favorite album that he's ever made, Extinction, which was an album that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like the Wild Wild West soundtrack.
No. If you type in BENN on Spotify and then look for Extinction, his album Extinction, it is an album that apparently Infinity Ward came to him to say, hey, we're making a game about aliens. This was, remember, for Ghosts? Remember the Extinction mode?
Oh, I played that mode.
Yeah. So
I played that mode.
They told him that they were doing it, but they didn't explain anything about it. And so he made an album not knowing anything about the game. And it is God tier. It is literal God tier music. It is all electronic stuff, and it's really, really cool.
It reminds me of...
If you like Trent Reznor, listen to that.
It reminds me of like when they get this famous cartoonist to like draw the character, but just describe it to them and see what they make. And it's always so much fun to watch that stuff.
Exactly. And that's how
get this artist to make something from just their brain.
Two Down released they released what is it called? They released their EP, whatever. If you type in Two Down, there's some music on there that's really good. If you like rap rock stuff like nu metal, Linkin Park stuff,
Limp Bizkit.
No, the good nu metal.
Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach,
Trapped,
some of Korn stuff.
Okay, real talk. If you like I don't even know.
Like real music.
You like real music. I don't know. There's some good nu metal out there. Edema, Korn, some Korn stuff is cool. Listen to Two Down.
What about Slipknot?
You know what? No. I have too strong of opinions on
Slipknot. Oh, you have a beef with
Slipknot? For no reason.
What?
Literally all it is.
This is unheard of and unfathomable for someone like you.
Here's my hatred of Slipknot, and here's my irrational
Get it live on the air.
Irrational hatred of Slipknot.
Are you jealous because their masks are cool?
So here's what it is there are such talented musicians who make really, really interesting creative music. They don't need the gimmick. And it bugs me that they're a gimmick band.
But you like Gwar, right?
I like Gwar because it is a gimmick band. But the point of it is like you can't like Gwar.
Okay.
The Gwar is not about the music. Gwar is about the look. Slipknot, their music.
What if Gwar and Slipknot fought on stage? Who would win?
Probably Gwar.
It's because they have more dudes.
Yeah, they have like 20 people in that band. I don't even know.
It's an absurd number.
Well, there's like 7 people in Slipknot too.
That's what I mean. It's like who would win in a fight.
Yeah. What else is out? Pressure Fashion's Diamond, which is a really nice indie hipster bullshit album. Oh, speaking of indie hipster bullshit.
What is this, NPR?
Yeah. Quiet One. Ben's probably my favorite. It's a singer-songwriter type music. It's just him and an acoustic guitar pretty much the entire time. And he
would acoustic guitar be a bad name as an artist?
Yes. And during the
I appreciate you give me the real answer very quickly.
During the writing,
not even a thought to like, no, not even gonna bother.
I know during the writing and recording process of that album, he completely transformed the way he sings to where he no longer requires any types of auto-tune. Pretty much, he was always a good singer, but listening to Quiet One, you'll be like, your mind will be blown on how well and perfect his notes are when he sings. I don't know how he did it, but it's so perfect. It hurts. Quiet One has some beautiful, beautiful songs. The song Sync is God tier. Satellites is so good. This is a bunch of stuff that Ben has made that's on Spotify now. So it's a bunch of cool music. So there you go. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. I don't know. What's something dumb we can end the podcast with?